Let me welcome on the show Vishal Mahadevia, who's the head of Asia Private Equity at Warburg Pincus. Vishal, always a pleasure to speak to you and welcome to NDTV Profit. Now, my first question, as Asia Pac head for Warburg Pincus, how is the overall investment climate looking for the next year as we wind down on 2025?
So hi, Nisha. Great to see you and great to be on the show. Thanks for having me. Just so Asia Pac, if you just step back, 2025 has been a very interesting year and I think sets up well, not only for 2026, but for a lot longer. You know this, Asia Pac's 35% of the world's GDP, over 50% of projected growth. It's 4.5 billion consumers around the world. And really, it is only 17% of Bloomberg's Asia Index. So I think allocations to Asia Pac from investors are going to continue to increase as they look for growth. And therein lies the opportunity for Asia Pac and for India as well.
Right. And when we look, Vishal, at India as part of and a critical part of Asia Pac, and you've headed India in the past, how is India positioned compared to the other emerging markets?
Well, India's got a lot going for it, right, Nisha? And we all know all the obvious things that are there, but the entrepreneurial spirit that's there in India right now, the opportunities that we are seeing in the private markets to invest, and we've been very active, both, since we've been here in India for 30 years, but even in the last year, and we continue to see a healthy pipeline. I think that opportunity to continue to invest in India for India is something that is one of the pillars of Asia investing. And it's now at scale. India is over $4 trillion GDP. Investors are looking to India. There are large opportunities available, and that fits well for firms like Warburg Pincus.
Right. And so it's been going good, Vishal, when it comes to the India investments and some of the exit opportunities that also you have really taken. So when we talk about the large Coforge deal, over $2 billion, multi-billion global deal that we're talking about, and Warburg Pincus really backed the acquired company. Give us a little more sense on this particular transaction and what Warburg Pincus really gains from it.
Yeah, look, I don't view this as an exit. It's a combination of two firms, and it's obviously a public transaction. There's not much I can say about it other than to say we've known Encora, which is the company that's being acquired, for a long time. We first invested in it when it was a much smaller company, helped build it out. And I think the whole IT services industry, the tech services industry, is going through its own transformation to an AI-led, consulting-led, different approach. And that creates not only disruption, but it creates opportunity, right? And I think the combination of a Coforge and Encora, as has been laid out by the Coforge management team, just creates a very powerful contender in this new AI-led tech services world.
Right.
So it's exciting.
Yes. So, Vishal, when we talk about the opportunities and exit as well as value unlocking, both are critical parts for your balance sheet to look much better out of a long-term investment. So let's dwell a little more on this large transaction, because this is the news of the day. What lies ahead in terms of the potential and you being an investor in this combined entity?
Look, we've always liked the space. I think there are challenges that have been much talked about. I won't dwell on them, about AI for India in general and companies, but we have to talk about the opportunities. And we've played that in multiple ways. This combination, I just think, creates a much stronger company to take advantage of. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of execution required. There will be a lot of things, not just for this transaction, because I won't talk a lot about just this one, but there are opportunities in this space. And if you can create a leader that can go to your customers and your clients and provide a AI-led engineering services solution, there's going to be massive demand for that. Because every company, forget, in our global portfolio, every boardroom globally is asking the question about how am I using AI better? How am I making sure I'm ahead of the curve? And a strong company can help them.
So very well put out that point, Vishal, on how every boardroom discussion is about the utilization of AI. But I will just put one aspect that I have been observing, that not many boardrooms really know how to use AI. So they are also really exploring on how the AI bit can be incorporated. And I think there are a lot of tailor-made solutions are being also brought in by the companies that you have been mentioning. Now, it looks like end of the year deal season, and of course you have been active on the deal street, whether it's exits or value unlocking or investments. So let's talk about the large investment that you made along with Bharti Group in Hire. That's a large transaction, and this probably is the first co-investment that Warburg has done in India.
Probably it's the first co-investment with the Bharti Group.
Yes.
In a large company, and we've done co-investments with other financial investors before, but this is a little bit different, and we're very, very excited about the opportunity that lies ahead. It's obviously something that we and others have been working on for a while, and we're thrilled to have this opportunity.
So what lies ahead when it comes to the future potential of Hire? What is it that you really have bet on is my question. And are there going to be more co-investments with Bharti Group as a promoter group?
Yeah, so the second one is we'd love there to be more investments. We have a close relationship with the Bharti Group. We have a close relationship with many people. We've been in India for 30 years. We were probably one of the first, if not the first, global private equity fund that started investing in India. Next year will be our 30th anniversary of our first investment in India. And Nisha, over that time, we've had the privilege of working with terrific entrepreneurs and building strong relationships. So we would love to co-invest not just with the Bharti Group, but with many of them who we have these close relationships with. On Hire, look, it's a terrific opportunity for a number of reasons. One, it's a market which is deeply underpenetrated. Hire is a very strong brand, terrific manufacturing culture and product lineup that provides value for the Indian consumer. And the Indian consumer, what we've played always as Warburg Pincus as an investor, is that value product that provides a terrific price value proposition for the Indian consumer. And Hire has that formula, right? It's a chance. We've known Hire for a long time. We've obviously known Sunil and the Bharti team for a very long time. And the chance to really put a venture together, which is with Bharti, who we know well, with Hire, who we know well, and then really invest in manufacturing in India, make in India for India. I think the sky's the limit. And this is one that I have a really, really exciting feeling for, a lot of potential, a lot of hard work over the next few years.
So Vishal, private equity has always liked the consumption space when it comes to the manufacturing space in India. But moving away from Hire, there's another deal that you struck in this particular year that is a large investment also in IDFC Bank. And of course, all of these are long-term relationships that you are really capitalizing and also refurbishing in your new investments. Give us a sense on what potential you see, not just in IDFC Bank as an investor, large investor now, and also in the banking space on the whole, where private equity has always been interested, but has been also restrained.
Yeah, it's no, look, it's a great question. And you know, I've said this, I think I've said this on your show before. I continue to think if India has to succeed, the bank sector in India has to succeed. We need strong banks to drive financial inclusion, to provide solutions for corporates, for customers, for consumers across the country. We've played this for 30 years. We were originally 10% shareholders in HDFC Limited back in 1997, if I get that right. We also were probably one of the first firms who got permission from the RBI to own 10% in Kotak Mahindra Bank when Uday was just starting. We've seen the banking sector develop. And as you know, we were shareholders in Capital First, which then merged into IDFC. The chance to come back into IDFC and invest back in the banking sector with someone and a team and a bank that we know well. We know the processes, we know the governance, gave us a huge amount of confidence. I just think the sector still needs a lot of capital, a lot of room to grow. And it's one of those sectors that, frankly, has not performed the best when you look at the last 4 or 5 years at the overall stock market, at where it is. So I do think the next few years, hopefully, are a positive time for the banking sector in India.
Right, and lots of new changes also taking place in the banking sector where strategics are really lining up. So that's coming in as a good news for financial investors as well. Vishal, running out of time, Boat is going to be a very big portfolio company heading for an IPO next year. What can you add as a shareholder of Boat, and also the note to the potential shareholders in future?
Yeah, look, I'm a Boat customer. I love their product. So we invested in Boat. Gosh, it's been a few years now, but the company has almost quintupled in size since. It's an amazing entrepreneurial story. Samir and Aman, starting this as first generation entrepreneurs, building up the business, always focused on building a profitable company, growing into a real consumer brand. And I'm just proud to be associated with it. I can't comment a lot on IPO and other pieces, but for us, I just think Boat continues to have tremendous potential. Again, like I said, nothing's preordained, hard work, execution, but I love the team and I love the product as a consumer. So it's a good combination.
So all the best for that, Vishal, and also many congratulations as you complete, Warburg Pincus completes 60 years of existence in investing, and also 30 years of long-term relationship when it comes to India investments. So many congratulations on that for the year 2026. That's the important milestone that you are also watching out for, but you've been extremely active when it comes to the deal street. Thank you so much for joining us, Vishal.
Thank you, Nisha.